going on, guys? Diinx here with 2shift.com. This is a high elo game. This is a diamond level solo queue match. This is my third solo commentary. We'll be shooting this off for you. This is from the League of Legends spectator mode home screen. Right when you log into the game. This game should be about 5 minutes in or so. Notable players here. We got Alphabetical on Lux, Ancient Pro playing top lane Gangplank. And it looks like we're going to jump right into it. So we got 6 minutes in. It's 1-2. You saw LeBlanc just pick up a kill on Alphabetical playing Lux. Captain America here on Cho'Gath is trying to chase, but is going to get momentarily stunned there. Hecarim coming in with a knockback. Might actually pick up a kill. We'll see. Knockup from Cho'Gath. Heck's going to go ahead and back off. So JG on Jax playing against Gangplank. Level 6 Gangplank, level 5 Jax. So he is slightly ahead, actually just leveled. So Gangplank at 42 CS, Jax at 37. He's got that frozen on his turret right now. He's going to try and just farm. Just until he can get back, get a couple items. We've seen a lot of Gangplanks lately, at least I have, going like a sort of static Shiv build. We'll see here in the next 10-15 minutes if he goes that route or not. Now you see some pings coming off of purple here. Both jungles actually coming top to gang. Hecarim is sitting in top tri-bush. Sees Cho'Gath coming. Does a little bit of damage. Jax coming over there to lock him up. Bug gets knocked up by the Cho'Gath. Very, very good knockup so far. Had to use him defensively both times, but allows Gangplank to get a little bit of harass off. And neither kill for either team here. So MF against Janna, or with Janna, excuse me, and Caitlyn with Lulu bottom. So both can, this bottom lane can go either way. Sort of a safer, long-range harassy type lane here, this Caitlyn Lulu, and a burstier, sort of heavier AD comp with the MF Janna. That shield provides a lot of AD. MF to double up. Her Q, when dropped on 1 or 2 people there, can actually do a lot of damage. And you see a teleport top coming from, I believe that was, yeah, that was Gangplank. So Cho'Gath was holding the lane for him. Gangplank blowing teleport so he doesn't miss out on any of this CS. You see some pings coming off of Cho'Gath. Wants to get a gank on Jax. May actually get it. We're going to pop up top real quick and see that. Jax not recalling. Sort of coming out. Jumps to a creep to get out of the way. But Cho'Gath here saving his knockup. Forces Jax to flash. Jax looks like he may get away. Let's see if I can zoom in here. Oh, coming off of Gangplank, and the ult from Cho'Gath does lock up that kill. 2-3 in favor of purple. And that's a double kill. That's 2 kills for Cho'Gath this game. So, very interesting. Sorry, I'm messing up my spectator mode. I'm all over the map here. Let's try this again. Caitlyn Lulu diving a little bit. Doesn't look like they got a kill. MF must have. She recalled actually. Janna's kind of solo holding this bottom turret. That's one of the advantages of playing with Janna, is that shield can actually. She's able to take a lot of damage here on turret. And actually survive, and she can defend the turret itself. She can shield the turret and keep Caitlyn from 2 or 3 auto attacks from doing any damage. Great for holding the lane. She can also be a very aggressive support. Playing against Lulu, though, it is tough. Caitlyn outranges MF by a little bit, that auto attack, and Lulu, with picks, she's actually able to put a massive slow, something like 80% from her glitter lands, her Q, from a very, very long range. She has a lot of zoning potential. She can lock up kills if the jungle wants to gank. Lulu can really be played either way. And LeBlanc against Lux. This is an interesting lane because LeBlanc is super, super bursty, and typically Lux can get bursted down quite easily. Luxes rely on their cages to sort of keep the gap closed between them and anyone trying to kill them. But LeBlanc can dash. She can double dash. She can triple dash if she uses a flash. So it can be very, very difficult for Lux to land a binding. And that gap closing and the burst potential from Lux, from LeBlanc, actually makes it a very scary lane for Lux. She's actually using her shield defensively, saving her cages, trying to predict where LeBlanc's going to blink to. You see the fight coming off bottom here. Hecarim coming in to assist. Does get the fear on a Cho'Gath. Lulu just getting into the lane. Gets the slow off. Gets the ult. Knocks him up. Caitlyn getting the ult, but Janna blocking that. Perfect play by Janna there. Both teams being very defensive. A lot of damage from all 6 of them, but no one actually dying. This is where Caitlyn can actually safely farm. She's got a long auto attack range. You see some pings, some retreat pings from Lux here and bottom. So might be predicting that LeBlanc's going to come bottom and try to clean up, as she often does. She is a very bursty assassin mage. And she very much relies on getting those early kills into that early game, that mid game, because late game, if she's not able to lock down a carry very quickly, she falls off tremendously. 13.5k on blue, 13.6 on purple. This game is very, it can go either way. It's very two-sided. You got a Giant's Belt actually on the Cho'Gath, so still has boots 1, hasn't quite gotten mobility boots or anything for that early ganking potential, but he's got a lot of diving potential. Rushing health like that on a lot of those more prominent junglers like Jarvan or Vi or Xin Zhao or Hecarim or Cho'Gath, those sort of tankier CC heavy jungles, rushing a Giant's Belt gives them a lot of turret diving potential, and that can lock up kills for their team. Hecarim actually coming in here. Lux is forced to blink, flash, whatever you want to call it, but LeBlanc does land that stun, so she's actually going to go down there to land fear on LeBlanc. Gangplank tried to get a defensive ult there for the Lux, but didn't quite work out. You see Cho'Gath on this turret trying to bait this Jax. Jax taking a lot of turret damage just to get the ignite off. Is he going to get the kill? Gangplank turret actually assists him. Jax gets the kill on Cho'Gath. Gangplank kills Jax. So it was a 1-for-1 there. Not sure if it was worth it. Really, for Jax, it probably was, because the tankier you are, the more kills you have, you can carry very, very hard into the late game. Whereas Gangplank, super situational. Sometimes he wrecks you, sometimes he's just completely useless. It really depends on the player. You see this Lulu kind of throwing off a couple glitter lances. Again, the zoning potential. She can slow 2 people, 80%. Super easy if she is able to place that picks correctly. And that's basically what they're doing here. They're using that long harass from Lulu with the long harass from Caitlyn to just push this lane as much as possible, put as much damage out on the carry, as much damage out on Janna, make it just a real pain. And this can go one of 2 ways. Either their jungle says, you know what, bottom's too shoved, they're taking too much damage, I cannot gank for them. Or by Caitlyn and Lulu pushing, they're going to pull Cho'Gath bottom and really force him to gank for them. And actually Caitlyn locking up putting a ton of damage actually out on that MF, managed to get the kill. MF tried to do a last minute ult and really put out a lot of damage, but wasn't enough to actually kill anyone. And she stood right in the middle of Caitlyn's Q, was able to lock that kill down. Now Jax coming out on Gangplank, starting to get very big, doing a lot of damage. He's 8, let's see, what is he, 1-3, 85 CS. Gangplank 105, 2-0. So, but he does have a Phage, does have a Sheen. We'll have to see where Gangplank goes with that. You see Cho'Gath coming bottom right now. Caitlyn put out as much harass as she can, but she is low mana. Let's go back down here and look at this. Gets knocked up by Cho'Gath. John is still low, but is actually probably not going to be able to assist anymore. Glitter Lance from Lulu keeps Cho'Gath slowed constantly. Hecarim coming top to do a dive, like I said just a second ago, giving Jax just enough time. He might be able to get it. And that parlay from Gangplank allowed Jax to get the auto attack off, and he was able to get the kill. So they're about a K and a half up. Blue side is 6-5. That's 2 kills now on Jax. He's going to start to snowball out of control here if he's able to continue to get kills. And you see Cho'Gath being very aggressive, hyper aggressive even, just turret diving as much as he can. Caitlyn missing the Q there, but MF trying to get the kill. Lulu doing everything she can to slow him down. Barrier off of Caitlyn, but Cho'Gath does use Feast and manages to go right through that barrier. Locks up the kill for MF. Gets it on Caitlyn. Very, very low. LeBlanc probably going to get a double kill. Possibly a triple kill. She actually misses the chain there, but the auto attacks does give her a double kill. So that really can go several different ways. If LeBlanc is able to maintain these kills, maintain this aggression, and continuously kind of do this cleanup crew routine in every lane, she can get to be very nasty late game. She can just completely burst MF, Janna, or Lux if she chooses. And see that kill top actually gave Jax red buff, which will be very interesting. Makes it much more difficult for Gangplank to deal with him. And the thing we see this game, I mean, really is the jungle. A lot of jungle ganks in every lane. And in a higher elo like this, lane opponents don't usually lose to just the opposite laning opponent. It's very usually it involves the enemy jungler ganking you, and you either burning your flash or not having a flash, and them setting up kills for your team. And that's exactly what's happened here. Cho'Gath and Hecarim have set up every kill on their respective teams. Caitlyn, Lulu doing what they do best. Ward coming off of Janna, trying to keep vision that Lulu probably isn't going to help her much. They want to just make sure that this Hecarim isn't going to come from the lane and turret dive them. This turret's very low. They might even try and take it here. You see the pings coming off, the retreat pings from MF and Janna. They're scared of this Hecarim. Hecarim's actually down on his golems right now, but you know they're very worried. They want to stay on these turrets. They want to farm safely. Jack's getting baited into a knockup from Cho'Gath though. He gets the silence, manages to dash to a creep and get safely to his turret. But it looks like they're going to actually dive him. Gangplank getting the ult off is going to come down to whether Cho'Gath can land his knockup. He actually misses it. Gangplank wanting to back off. Cho wanting to continue chasing. Jack's going to try and use his stun. May actually escape. Does escape. That Cho'Gath was a terrible knockup, his second one. If he had landed that and chained that with his silence, I think they definitely would have gotten the kill. Because two of them were top, including the jungler, Blue took that opportunity to go ahead and get Dragon. Keeping their gold advantage, that's what's going to win them the game. Kind of doing a lot of fighting and harassing over the wall here, but that Janna shield giving just enough damage mitigation there for MF to get out okay. You can see this mid lane, very back and forth. Hecarim ganking yet again. A lot of damage from the LeBlanc. No problem at all for Hecarim. Just hits his R, fears the Lux. She burned flash twice. We've seen this gank happen, about 6-7 minutes ago. And Lux is overextending. She needs to get wards mid. You cannot afford to play against a very aggressive, bursty mid like that, and a very aggressive, tanky jungler like Hecarim, and not ward. You have to have a ward on both sides. You need to watch. She's been ganked from the same spot twice. And that's kind of a misplay by Lux. She's burned her flash both times and actually died for nothing. So, wards, folks. Wards. MF, Janna, still defensive. Trying to farm as much as they can. It's about 3.5k gold up or so. And you see, actually, Gangplank coming bottom to lock up the kill. Janna gets a nice tornado off. Manages to knock him up. Exhaust on Gangplank. Exhaust on Caitlyn, though. Is she going to get the net over the wall? Does get the net. Cho'Gath here to assist. And it looks like Lulu is just absolutely screwed. There's nothing she can do. She manages to get the flash off, but it was just enough damage. And that parlay from Gangplank managed to knock him out. Janna knocking them back over the wall. Lux and Gangplank coming in here to chase. Now, if Lux can land a binding, which she actually just missed, she might be able to get an ult on this Caitlyn. Caitlyn is completely does manage to get out thanks to flash, but Gangplank getting the ult off. Is Caitlyn going to get hit? This parlay could end it. Barrier, perfectly timed barrier by Caitlyn, saves her. That was great play by Caitlyn. She baited that very hard. And this is actually a 5v, looks like 4 bottom right now. 5v3 actually. Lulu's dead, just came alive. Jax is pushing top. He's taking this opportunity where his team is being dove by the entire enemy team. He has vision of all of them. He's going to go up top and he's going to get that turret. He's going to stay farmed. He's going to continue to push. And that's something that's very scary about Jax. Because he's a super item-dependent carry. His kit's very strong and it scales well into the mid and late game. So he's going to sit top and say, you know what? That's fine. Score's even. My team's escaping. They're doing their job. And I'm just going to keep farming and keep pushing. You see LeBlanc actually baiting this Lux. The shield's keeping her alive just barely. Manages to land the defensive cage. Perfect play by Lux. LeBlanc probably should have anticipated that. Jack's actually coming back. It manages to dodge the knockout from Cho'Gath. Gets the kill on Lux and is walking around here. You see the pings. They're pinging his MF. MF's rotating. He does get the stun off on her though, and forces her to flash. She ends up ulting over the wall. Just kills LeBlanc's whatever you call it, double thing. Cho'Gath managed to get the kill on LeBlanc. He's going to try and flash past the turret. Just managed to deter them a little bit. But Caitlyn ult coming off does take him down about 10% HP. Janna shield sort of mitigating that damage a little bit. And he's just trying to harass as much as possible. Lulu's coming back, throwing glitter lances, trying to keep this Cho'Gath slowed. He's doing as many defensive knockups as possible. These fights are very close right now. Everyone's just looking for that edge. Jack's jumping away to the Caitlyn to get away from this Gangplank's parlay. He is however, and Lulu once again caught on the side, trying to set up kills for her team. Really not her fault. The carriers are just neck and neck right now. Caitlyn's going to come over here and try to assist. She's actually very high health, has a lot of mana, but the Lux ult nearly killing Lulu. She actually popped the defensive ult there, managed to stay alive for just a second. Can GP get the Q off? He flashes, gets the auto attack, does get the kill on Lulu. You see Lux actually coming down here. Ult from GP does manage to get the kill for Lux against Caitlyn. Shield coming off, mitigating some of that damage. 10-11 in favor of purple now. About 5k gold down. These guys are really trying to close the gap here on the gold. You see Lux landing some of these bindings, some of these AoEs, managed to dodge the stun from the LeBlanc. She's just harassing as much as possible. Jax is coming in here to clean up. That is what Jax does. Purple team stuck around a little bit long, so they are low health. So if Jax plays his cards right here, he can get a kill. You see the pings coming off on this MF. He's just going to go ahead and do blue, though. She had to blow flash her last engage. So MF, an AD carry that's very squishy, has no gap closers, and now has no flash. She is just free. She's a fish food at this point, and Jax knows that. He's coming down here. He's going to manage to get the jump. She wasn't even looking. He gets the stun off on MF. Tons of damage. She actually blows cleanse, but that jump auto attack, too much damage. This is where we're really going to see Jax start to shine. He is now 4-3. He's got about 150 CS, so he's right neck and neck with GP. GP's has actually a better KD and a little bit better farm than him, 161, 4-1, but he's got Triforce and a Giant's Belt. So Gangplank is going to start to be a very tanky nightmare for these squishier champions. But Jax plays that exact same role, except he can negate a lot of those that damage that comes from auto attacks. So Jax is going to be the primary focus, I guess. He's going to try and go in there and he's going to try and kill MF. He's not going to have a big issue with Gangplank because, again, he can sort of dodge those auto attacks. So that's, you know, I don't know, that's pretty interesting. I think Jax is a little bit scarier champ than Gangplank is, but both of them are very big right now. And basically, you see blue. I mean, they're taking this. The score is tied. They're up in gold, and that's mostly come from turrets. Purple team has actually only secured one turret. That's Gangplank took top turret. Whereas blue team, Jax managed to get the two top turrets, their middle turret, and bot lane got their turret. So that's really where all the gold's coming from. Does manage to get a nice binding, though. Got the ult off, but LeBlanc doing what she does, completely wrecking Lux. Just took her right out of the fight. Ult from Caitlyn does knock the Cho'Gath bag. Jack gets another kill, actually. That Lulu ult on Jax knocked Cho'Gath up just enough time for them to secure that kill. Jack's now 5-3, turning into a complete monster. Has his Blade of the Ruined King, so if they're not able to burst Jax down and they allow him to get that activated off from that item and continue to auto attack, he's just going to heal through all the damage. And that's a big issue with Blade of the Ruined King, is it provides AD carries with a lot of sustain, but you throw that on some of these already highly sustainable bruisers, and it's just a nightmare item. The only real, I guess, strategy that Purple can do in order to deal with this Jax would be for Lux to catch him in a binding and manage to ult, and they throw an exhaust on him, and like Cho'Gath feast him or something like that. They're actually not nearly as bursty as Purple team, and that burst is going to be the only thing that can kill Jax if he positions himself correctly. Now you see Baron actually just went to blue side. So again, that gold advantage just skyrocketing here. They're about 8k gold up in farm. What am I talking about? In gold. So it's, you know, they're actually much further ahead in terms of items, and now the buff to these. Jack's not even afraid of Gangplank, just going straight on to Janna. He is exhausted, not gonna matter at all. Cho'Gath missing another knockup, and Jack's just not even caring. He's just turning around, 2v3, 2v5. I'm Jax, beat you with the lamppost. Doesn't matter. LeBlanc getting the stun here on the Cho'Gath, and this is going to be another kill for LeBlanc, so a double for LeBlanc. Now this could be the moment where they can burst him. It really depends. It looks like Lux doesn't have the ult. LeBlanc just not even caring, just completely obliterating Lux. Now that is 4 dead, actually. MF recalling top. She's going to try to defend this inhibitor turret, but blue team... just no contest here. Jax is low, but he's got a Blade of the Ruined King, so he gets a couple auto attacks off on these creeps. He's going to heal right back up the full. He has the Lulu, which is actually, you know, excellent support if she has the ult. Can be very deceptive if red team tries to kill the Jax. And look at that damage. I mean, just completely massacred. Jax gets the kill on MF. You get the slow here on Janna. Double kill for Jax. Cho'Gath coming in here. Does have home guard. He's trying to do as much damage as he can, but gets stunned. Actually forced to flash to prevent him from getting caged by this LeBlanc. Tons of damage from Jax. 3 shots. This Lux. Actually, Hecarim getting the kill. Ulted right into it. And Cho'Gath dying to Caitlyn. It's just... just the amount of utility that blue team has, the burst, you know, 1 Q ult from LeBlanc and Jack's jumping auto attack has pretty much massacred every person except Cho'Gath on their team. And unfortunately, they're just not going to be able to defend this turret. It's 21-11 in favor of blue. All 5 are up. Hecarim actually basing. Gangplank coming up behind them from mid. Going to try to defend it, but, you know, it's just a 5v1 situation. He doesn't have creeps, and you see him kind of backing off, distracting Caitlyn a little bit. But Jax, with his passive, his attack speed is just skyrocketing right now. He's just destroying this Nexus. They're actually going to back off, and Gangplank getting flashed on by this Lulu. A lot of harass coming off of Caitlyn. Pix helping out there a little bit. Lulu sticking with him. Jax with his stun, flashes over the wall to get the kill, and LeBlanc not even caring. She's just sitting back here, auto attacking the base. No one's trying to stop her. She actually dodges the Lux ult, and the auto attack from LeBlanc is going to end the game. 26-minute win for blue side here. Excellent play. I mean, good plays all around. They just were too bursty. Jax got too big. I think he ended the game 8-3 actually. Anyways, this is Diinx with 2civ.com. This is my 3rd solo commentary at a diamond level game, and really hoping you guys can give me some feedback, whether just on the YouTube comment box or 2civ.com. There's a feedback page there as well. I'm new to this, so trying to get used to it, trying to put out as many videos a day as I can, and that feedback is greatly appreciated.